everybody, it's your girl Agent for One Race Fango channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Degrassi season review. We're gonna be doing season 2, just like season 1. There's not really a lot in season 2. There's really like, hold on, y'all. Just like season 1, there's not really a lot to talk about when it comes to season 2 for Degrassi. There are like a few things to talk about, but as far as what like I always says, Degrassi season 1 or 2 would never be like in a top 5 season. They were always ranked low. I do know when I see other people's like rankings for Degrassi, they put season 1 and 2 higher. Me personally, they are entitled to their opinion. If they feel like Degrassi season 2 or Degrassi season 1 was like a cream of the crop season, like a good season, that's up to them. But I feel like, honestly, had I been watching Degrassi in 2001 when it aired, I don't think I would have finished it, just because the first season would have done nothing to make me want to come back to watch it for a second season. That's why I say, watching it on streaming really gives you that choice. I'm not someone who likes to watch a show and not finish it. If I'm not getting a vibe from it, I get no vibe. But season 1 did give me somewhat of a vibe to where I did want to finish it. Like, honestly, if I'm going to be 100, I feel like had it not been the last episode they did for season 1 with the house party, I might have not came back and want to watch season 2. So just because they did that alone did make me want to watch season 2. I mean, honestly, I feel like season 2 was really iconic for Degrassi just because of Craig's character. Craig Manning is a new character in this season, along with Marco and Ellie. I never was really that person who cared too much for Marco's character. I like that they did the whole thing with him being in the closet and wanting to date Ellie, being a closet gay, and Ellie, noticing that there's something off about him when she you know, kissing him and like getting into the mood. She realizes that he's not really into girls, and you know, there's also a lot of teasing with Marco when it came to the guys. Him watching them play basketball, them calling him, you know, the F word, and things like that. So it's just, I feel like Marco's character from seasons 2 and 3 was really interesting to me. Like him being in the closet in season 2 and then coming out in season 3 was something I really enjoyed. But I feel like after that, I never really cared too much for Marco's character. He was cute, but he never really did anything for me. You feel me? So that's what I gotta talk about with Marco. I feel like Ellie didn't really do anything in season 2 to really surprise me. I liked her look. I thought Ellie was really gorgeous. I thought she was pretty. Don't care too much about her friendship with Ashley. They didn't really do anything with Ellie for real for season 2 until season 3. Like they put her in a relationship with Marco, yeah, but it's like after she knew that he was, when she found out that he was gay, and she kind of just continued with the fake relationship. That's kind of like all she got in season 2 up until season 3 where they did the storyline with her, and I'm gonna get into that when we get to season 3. Just like with Marco, I'm gonna get into that when I get to season 3. I really feel like the stars of this season was really Craig and Paige, and I'm gonna get into that. Like I said in my season 1 review, Sean was really another character in this season that I really liked. Like I loved his episode where his brother told him that he was out of work, and Sean felt like that his brother might, black slide and do what they father would do. That when he was out of work, he would waste their money, their rent, the rent money, or how they had to pay the bills on drinking. And Sean just felt like he just had bad genes. Like since his father wasn't shit, he felt like he was doomed to not be shit. Since he had like drunk parents, he had two parents who wasn't shit. He felt like he was going to grow up to be, not shit. So I like that they did that glimpse of adolescence, like getting that glimpse of alcohol, and just him saying that things like this that he's doing with Emma, like screwing up, making bad decisions, and not probably being the best boyfriend, is something that's just in his blood and just normal. And Emma telling him that she's not gonna walk away from him just because he make little mistakes. Like I love like the first beginning of Emma and Sean's relationship as little kids. I thought they were really cute. Like I thought they had a beautiful relationship. Their relationship was really good. It's sad that they were not in game. I really feel like they were really robbed from us for being in game. But I really did enjoy Sean's episode season 2. I think it's called A Message in a Bottle, if I'm not mistaken. Just so I don't get confused, I'm going to pull up the episodes from season 2 for my girl's channel on YouTube. Let me shout out. Let me look it up so I know I make sure. Yes, it's called A Message in a Bottle. I thought this episode was really good for season two for Sean's character. Um, we also get the introduction of the first Craig and Manny's like what is going to like get the setup for the Craig and Manny's relationship to what's gonna happen in season three with the whole love triangle with Craig, Manny, and Ashley. I thought that was a great setup. You do get a glimpse of what Craig and Ashley's relationship is gonna be like. I feel like until you watch season two, I totally forget how Craig and Ashley even came about, like as for a couple, because I feel like the season three, oh, they just together. So I feel like when did that happen? Like when did that relationship come about? When did like that start to like happen? And I feel like oh, they was building them up at the end of season two. I kind of forget about that because I didn't really care too much about. Listen, I don't care about none of Craig's relationships because I feel like they put him with the wrong bitches. Craig to me should have always been with Ellie. That was his endgame girl. That's who he should have ended up with. I feel like Ellie was the one, and I feel like why they wasted putting him with Ashley twice, wasted putting him with Manny twice. They should have been put him with Ellie. That's just how I fucking feel. Craig and Ellie just made the most sense, even though I know the actor who played Craig, Jake Epstein, felt like Ashley was his was the that made the most sense for like out of his girlfriends. Sorry, I feel like I can't talk today. Maybe I'm talking too fast. I know Jake Epstein said behind the scenes of Degrassi that who made the most sense for him. He said he felt like it was Ashley because they both were into music and things like that. I don't really get the whole hype around Craig and Ashley. I never really understood it. I don't think they have any chemistry to me. Like, I I just don't feel it. I feel like out of all the girls that they put him up with, or that he didn't have interactions with, I feel like him and Ellie just made the most sense. I just think so. I know a lot of people see it as trauma bonding or whatever. I feel like the reason why I really love Craig and Ellie is because number one, they like made it have time for them to have chemistry. I feel like with Manny and Ashley, they just threw them together, and I feel like they never really gave me time to really grow to like them. Craig and Manny were just toxic as fuck, but as far as Craig and Ashley, they never really gave me time to really grow to like them. I feel like they just will put them together to where it's like I don't really like Ashley and I love Craig. I just don't love them as a relationship. And I feel like with Craig and Ellie, they actually gave you time to grow to like them. Like you got to see what their friendship was like. You got to see how much she loved and cared for Craig, how much she loved and cared for her. I don't know. I just feel like you got to see that chemistry, that spark between them. Like you got to see it grow for real, for real. So for that, I really, really love that for real, for real. Like I feel like his best, you know, relationship was with Ellie. Like I feel like they really should have been in game, and that's just how I feel. But like I said, you do get the setup for Craig and Manny in season two to what's gonna happen for season three with the most iconic love triangle in Degrassi history, bitches. That's the setup for that. But I feel like Craig character was like the MVP for this season. He came in, literally changed the game. I did feel like he set the bar when it came to acting because I don't really think anyone's acting in a show really blew me away until Jake joined the show. Like Jake Epstein was acting like he been in the game, like a Al Pacino, like a Robert De Niro, like a Leonardo DiCaprio. Like he was acting like he been in the game for 15 years. To know this kid was 15 acting his ass off the way he was, I really got to give it to Jake Epstein because I feel like he really set the tone when it came to acting for the kids for Degrassi. Like, I really feel like since he was acting his ass off, it made them want to bring their A game for real, because I feel like the first two seasons was lacking that acting quality. So I feel like when Jake came in, I feel like, okay, Degrassi can do important storylines. They can be that show. It's just right now they in that kiddie era, and I need them to get out of the kiddie era. It's like for the first two seasons they were in a funk, and I really did enjoy Craig's character. You know, he came in with the whole child abuse storyline with his dad. That was really good. I really enjoyed Paige's character. You know, she had a sexual assault storyline in season two that I really, really fucking love. And Craig had the last two episodes for the season finale with his dad dying, which I thought were great episodes. To me, I felt like the last two episodes for season 2, which are Tears Not Enough, part 1 and part 2, I really feel like this is where I really saw that Craig can really act. Jake Epstein. I feel like these episodes where I saw that Jake Epstein can act in the length he's willing to take his character, how he's able to really like take us on an emotional roller coaster and make us feel what he's going through. Because I just remember like sometimes I go and just watch episodes for Degrassi, and I remember like when Terry was like, you know, how she was explaining to Craig how her mother died, like she got the call and everything like that. When Craig said that when his dad was alive, he wanted him gone. So why is he crying now that he is? When Terry said it's because you loved him, I absolutely cried because it's like I felt for Craig. I don't think no one really understood what he was going through because I don't think he ever explained that abuse to anyone that his father like, you know, put him through. I feel like regardless of how people treat you, I feel like whether it's a parent or it could be a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it could be anybody. I feel like regardless of how badly they treat you, you still do have that love for them because I don't think you could ever stop loving someone, even if they hurt you some way. You're gonna always love and care for that person. So for Craig, I think he was conflicted. Like he didn't know whether to be angry or to be sad because of the day he did love his father, but he was sad because he loved his dad, but he was also angry because the person he loved put him through so much trauma, beat him, you feel me, for whatever reasons, because there's really no reason for it to ever hit your child to abuse them. There's no reason, no excuses, no nothing. I don't want to hear it. There's never really no fucking reason. There's a difference between discipline and abuse. I think people sometimes get those two in the same mixing pot when they're completely different. So I really felt like in the last two episodes of season 2 is where I really thought Craig's character really was setting that mark for taking us on an emotional roller coaster, setting the tone for what his character is going to be for the future of this show. Same thing with Paige. I feel like Paige acting in part 1 and part 2 of Shout was some of the best acting that I've seen for her, to where she's going to show you in the future of this show where she can take your character when it comes to the emotional roller coaster, to where you might like her, you might not like her, things like that. I feel like Paige and Craig were like the MVPs of season 2. They had the best two storylines to me, and I feel like they were definitely the MVPs of this season. I don't hate season 2, but then again, like I said, if I was to watch this season, it will only be to watch the last two episodes, the part 1 and part 2 episodes of the last two episodes of season 2, the part 1 and part 2 episodes of Shout, of Paige's episodes, and the premiere, for real. I really want to watch it for just because, like again, they're still in the child era, still in the kiddie era. It really isn't a lot of what, it's not really a lot in this season that'll make you want to go back and rewatch it for 22 episodes. No, not really. I will only watch a handful of episodes in this season. I would never watch the whole season as a whole. That's just how I feel. I do feel like Degrassi was setting a tone that they were going to, they were trying to be teen drama, but they were still showing that adolescent stuff. Like I said, season 1 and 2 is like the kiddie years, but like again, I can still see what season 2 was trying to do, and I still appreciate it for that. I'm gonna give season 2 at 8.5 out of 10, just because the premiere, Craig's storyline, and Paige's storyline, and Sean's episode really made this season blossom. Like it made the plant, the roots grow. I feel like had they not had those storylines, this season probably would have felt flat. But I feel like because they gave those characters who they wanted to pop out for this season gets an 8.5. Just period. This is my season 2 review for Degrassi. Catch you guys in my season 3 review.